Okay, I'm just going to wait a couple minutes. My hair is crazy. I'm going to wait a couple minutes to let everybody get on, and then I'm going to start with the live. So just let these come on. I'm super excited about this live today. I got a few questions about people asking about the tools that I use or editing and all that jazz. So I'm going to share a few things that I use. Okay, everybody's coming in. Yay, hey everyone. Okay, so let me just get my notes up and then we'll get started. Okay, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and this is the channel where I help you grow the right way. If you're new to this channel and you're seeing this live right now, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. In today's video, I get asked the question all the time about the tools that I use to, do thumbnails, do editing and all that jazz. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit today and just give you some quick things that I use and some of the things that I recommend. So I've kind of separated into 3 sections. So we're going to start with thumbnails first. So Canva is something that I've used in the past and I continue to use. It is a free software that you can use for your thumbnails. And you can go on your desktop, your computer, your laptop, or your phone even. You can download the app and it's all free. There is an upgraded version, but you don't necessarily need to get that because you get a lot of stuff with it already. So it's definitely a great option to go with. And it's one that I use for my Instagram stories. Like I use it for just wanting to create something on the spot. And it's really good. Like I can just download it easily and upload it to my Insta stories. And the great thing is you can do it from your phone as well, which is so handy. And I know a lot of people use it, but they're trying to find other apps out there that they think might be better. But Canva to me is one of the better free editing thumbnail softwares that you can use. And there's tons more out there, but that's one that I use a lot. Another one is Snapseed. So I use Snapseed to actually edit my photos for Instagram. Now I have photos that I've got taken by an actual photographer for my business. So I use those a lot, but the photos that I take of myself and I want to edit quickly, I will use Snapseed, and it also can be used for thumbnails. So it's another free editing app that you can use. And I know you can upgrade that as well, but I highly recommend it also, because it's so easy to do. Like you just add the photo, edit it, and then boom, you're done. So I recommend that as well. Now, the thing that I use the most for my thumbnails is actually Photoshop. Photoshop has been a learning curve because there's a lot more to it, right? There's a lot of like layers and things to add into it. And so it's taken me a little bit of time, but I'm actually in love with Photoshop because there's so much that you can do with it. So definitely Photoshop is a great way to go if you want to take your thumbnails up a notch and just get unique thumbnails that are yours, that creative side to you, let it come out, right? For me, I like to create my own unique thumbnails that stand out and that not many people can mimic without the Photoshop, system, right? So that's one that I really recommend. But the first 2 that I mentioned are really great for editing your thumbnails and editing photos in general. So the next section that I've broken this into is editing software. Now, Filmora 9 is, from what I've heard, is a good editing software, and I believe you pay for it, but I believe I researched this and I was kind of confused by it, but I think you can get it for free for up to so much stuff, but don't hold me to that because I was researching yesterday about this and I just couldn't find that. For some reason, it just wasn't coming up on Google. So Filmora 9 is interesting, so you could definitely check that out. And I know there's a couple of subscribers on this channel that actually have recommended this as well. And Annie also has talked about it a lot. So definitely check that out if you're interested to maybe take your editing a little bit further. Another one is DaVinci Resolve. Now, DaVinci Resolve is free up to a certain amount. Like if you need to start getting more in depth to editing, you will have to upgrade. But DaVinci Resolve is also a great editing software from what I've heard. I have actually downloaded it and used it a couple of times, but I haven't really got into it. So for me, I've done a lot of research on it and I've heard it's really, really good from the creators that I've talked to in my industry. because I'm also a videographer, I'm editor for people. So I try to connect with people that I know that have that, connection with all those softwares and editing systems as well. So DaVinci Resolve, I've heard, is really good as well. The one I use is Adobe Premiere Pro, and I really love it, but it's another one that's going to take time to get used to. It's also a paid version. So you have to remember that if you want to get creative with your editing and you want to get outside the box a little bit, Premiere Pro is going to be the way to go. And that's how I use and create all my stuff. Like all the pop-ups, everything come up, I try to get creative, and that's how I do it, right? So Premiere Pro is paid, and it was a little bit more expensive, but I needed it because my business actually required me to do a lot of editing, and get creative. So that's why I have it, but you definitely can use the other options, or there's free options like iMovie and a few other things out there that you can definitely look into. But those are the things that I use and recommend. So then the third section is miscellaneous tools. So I know this is kind of random little section here, but I wanted to give you some tools that I use just randomly. And so the tools that I highly recommend is TubeBuddy. I will have a video coming out this week on TubeBuddy, a little bit more in depth and how to get more views with TubeBuddy and more eyes on your channel. But TubeBuddy has helped me in the past get more people finding my channel, and I've gotten a few people commenting and let me know, oh, I found you in search. So TubeBuddy is going to help you take your keywords up a notch. AZ Recorder is a free app on Android. I'm not sure what it is on Apple products, but it's on Android, and it's what I use to screen record on my cell phone. Loomis is a great screen recorder for your computer. So if you want to do like more tutorials, you can use it for free up until so many things. And then if you need to do more screen recordings or whatever, you need to upgrade again. But I only use it for the basic, so I don't even need to upgrade. And then one more thing that I highly, highly recommend is LastPass. So a lot of you have been asking me about security and just dealing with hackers and all that jazz. Well, the next thing that I use, it's called LastPass, and actually it will help you. It generates passwords for you that are going to be so random and hard to figure out. And you can change it every 30 days or something like that. And then your passwords are secure, and you're constantly upgrading your security on your channel and other things. So LastPass is another high recommendation for you all to dive into. And I know Roberta Blake has talked about, how to deal with this hacker situation. So you can go watch his videos, but I would recommend at least getting LastPass to help you. And it's free, and I recommend only using the free version, because the upgrade, it doesn't really give you much of a difference, to me, in my opinion. So LastPass, the free version, is great. Okay, so that was a lot of information all at once there, and I hope that really helped. I'm going to do a 5-minute Q&A. I'm going to test something out this week. I'm going to do a 5-minute Q&A for you all, and then you can ask your questions, and then we can go from there. And then tomorrow at 11 a.m. as well, I'm going to be doing another live Q&A, and you can ask more questions there, and that one won't be staying up. But this one is going to stay up on my channel. Okay, so let's dive over to the questions, and we'll do it for 5 minutes, and then we're going to pop off and let you get watching other channels, doing all the YouTube stuff that you need to do. Okay, so we're going to start. I love TubeBuddy. It's so cool. I started using the paid version. Yes. It has upgraded my channel a lot, and I actually had the Legend version, and I got so much months free, but that's because I got it for doing something. Anyway, so I love the Legend version. I highly recommend it, and I will continue to use it after, so I will definitely be paying into that afterwards. I don't use the paid version, but it's still helpful, yes. Now, even if you don't have the paid version, the free version is very helpful. Now, I do recommend, if you can upgrade to the paid version, it's going to really, really take things to the next level, because there's things on there that you don't get with the free version, right? So it goes in more depth with keywords and such. I hit that 1K mark day before yesterday. Yay! Congrats. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. It's really about implementing the stuff that I'm telling you, right? So definitely that's amazing. Good job. What do you use to plan YouTube content? Use Trello, the board layout, great. See where coming videos, filming, editing process. Okay, so what I do is created my own system, because I have a really interesting mind, and if I don't have a system that works with my mind, then it's never going to work. So I know a lot of people have used Trello, and then there's a couple other things, like even like Google has systems in place now. But I just have like a every day I wake up and I plan all I need to do. Every Sunday night I plan all the videos that I need to do for the week, and then every Monday I film. So like I have a process in place for myself, and it really does work. But it's more specific to me, and I haven't really got a recommendation necessarily for everybody else. But I have a video on the one that I did with Annie. It really goes deep into how I plan my content and such. What are your tips for promoting your channel on other platforms without it being annoying? Well, I'm actually testing it on other platforms, but I know on Instagram, the best way to do it on Instagram is just like once, if your video comes out, you tease them a little bit about the video, and then after the video's up, then you tell them the video's up, and then that's it. You don't like press it anymore. You start just incorporating it into your other platforms without being pushy. There's a way to do it. So I like to share a little bit of my personal, not too much, but then mostly like business and being productive throughout the day. And then I incorporate it into my Insta stories. So that's how I do it without being pushy and annoying, like you said, right? Okay, so does the paid version really help? Like help to see significant results? Now, the thing that the TubeBuddy is a tool, right? So it's not going to give you it's a tool, right? So it all comes down to you researching and getting the best out of this tool, right? For me, it took some time getting used to finding keywords, and but I'm starting to get the hang of it. And I have the video coming out on Wednesday that I'll show you, with the paid version, what exactly you get. So I'll share with that on Wednesday a little bit more in depth. Okay. Good morning. Just came back and walking dogs. Oh, that's exciting. I'm only going to be on for 2 more minutes because I'm testing something this week with the questions. I'm starting game songs. How do I maintain that growth to keep it somewhat consistent so I don't hit another plateau? Honestly, you're going to hit a plateau. YouTube, for some reason, has this. Like for me, I was really like, my stuff was going crazy the past couple weeks. And now I'm kind of like at this thing where I'm like, what's going on there on YouTube? And I think it's because I need to start branching out again into other communities. So that's why I decided to do another collaboration this week to kind of give my channel another little push and cross into another channel's community, right? So I think if you're starting to hit a plateau, you think you're maybe going to hit a plateau, get creative. What can you do? So maybe there's collaboration that you could do to push your videos out a little bit more, or maybe there's a creative video that you've been wanting to do. Maybe it's time to do that video. Research your industry and see what's really popping so that you can follow that trend and just get on the bandwagon there. So there's a few tips there that definitely will help push and keep the momentum going. And yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay, so you're talking to each other. That's great. Awesome. Okay, so I think I'm going to pop off now, and I hope that video helped you all. Definitely, you can rewatch this again and go through the tips that I gave you, and you can write them down and just go check out those tools that I highly recommend that will help you get your channel on the right track. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should. My name is katherineperry.co. I'm going to give you behind the scenes. I'm actually working on other things, reels and all that jazz, to try and test it out and see what works really best to help push your channel, get your channel growth going. So I'm doing a lot of stuff right now to help understand different platforms so that I can see what helps grow the YouTube channels. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping in, and I'm going to do another Q&A tomorrow. Thank you guys. Hope you have a good one.